This month on Mustang Magazine, we get updated on the NHS Invent Team project, we get a view on the boys' basketball season, and a local Norwood store is repairing shoes. These stories and much more on this edition of Mustang Magazine.
Mustangs, and welcome to the show. I'm Tori Giffen.
And I'm Brian Curley. Mustang Magazine is a monthly show produced entirely by broadcast journalism students from Norwood High School.
We bring you the stories that matter most from our school and community. Up first this month, Jared Gaggano and Brendan Hurley bring us the latest on the Norwood High Invent Team.
But we're very happy to tell you that here on the 4th of February, it is out on the roof.
So, the really good news is we tested the awning successfully outside. So on Friday, February 5th, in that snowstorm that we had the snow day for, we had 3 successful activations on that day.
No one was out on top of the roof. It deployed by itself when the snow sensors were activated.
They're wired in series, so if one of them is pushed down by the snow, it won't turn the motor on, and if both of them are pushed down, the motor does turn on.
For us, it's kind of a celebration because we already know that it works.
Everybody see that?
The students will present it over at Eureka Fest, which is held on the campus of MIT, and from about 7 in the morning to about 10 o'clock at night, they go to these events with inventors who have been recognized by the Lemelson program. Being done early gives us the opportunity to try some things that we wouldn't have tried if we didn't have time. Making the awning, now that it's like a base model, we're making it like a high-performance awning now.
That's cool.
Thanks, guys. We look forward to hearing more updates as their project continues.
The awning isn't the only new addition to the high school. Recently, I caught up with Norwood Public Access's Jack Tolman, who brought some history to the walking track.
Well, working at Norwood High, I was aware of all the empty space on the walls and the walking track, and I thought it would be nice to fill in the areas of the blank walls here with some display items. One of the main reasons it's up here in the walking track is this is the only part of the building that is open to the public. The neat thing is we reached out to people in the community who had Norwood High memorabilia and programs and artifacts and shirts and helmets that they were thrilled to donate it back to the high school. The contents of the display case are really up to the individual 20 groups that donated them, and I think some are going to rotate the inventory to mix it up. I think it's neat to have this museum because it maintains the link from the old school to the new school, as well as alumni to the current students. To see the pride that the alumni had to donate and to loan some of the artifacts that they've held on to their private collections for years.
Great story, Brian.
Thanks, Tori. The Walking Museum is one of the new changes down in the gym.
Yes, Cassie Cahill and Ashley Hutchins recently caught up with the new wrestling coach.
Billy McDermott is the new face of the Norwood wrestling coaching team. But this isn't his first time wrestling with NHS.
I was a coach in the junior high, worked up to the high school, and became head coach.
I wrestled in middle school with Coach McDermott, so when I heard he was coming back, I was very excited to hear he's coming back.
He's a really nice guy, and he knows what he's doing.
Coaching wrestling has become a passion for him.
I coached because I wanted the team to get better. My main goal was to make sure Norwood has the tradition that it always had. Have a Norwood coach, have a Norwood guy, have a Norwood team, have that good attitude.
And McDermott has been a part of the tradition since 1999 when he began wrestling for Norwood High.
Struggled at the beginning, kept on going at it, and then eventually started winning. And I got a winning record the last 2 years.
He's really hands-on, he really explains the moves really well. I think he's going to blend well with the team. We have a lot of new kids this year too, so I think he's going to work well with them.
The one thing that is on his mind this season is producing a winning team.
I'm hoping we can improve since last year, and I'm hoping in the postseason individually we do some damage. We have 9 weight classes covered, but I'm hoping I get some guys that want to knock on that door and actually make Norwood the name that it should have.
and he has left a lasting impression on his team members, old and new.
He gets along great with anybody, and anybody that likes to have a good time, they click right away.
After practice with Coach McDermott, the wrestlers can leave knowing they have learned a great deal. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Cassie Cahill.
Thanks, guys. We look forward to hearing more about their season.
Now it's time to see a team unite in the name of an honorable cause. Alyssa Nauman, Megan Quinn, and Rachel McCracken report.
And she never gave up, so it was really special to me, and I knew when I got the job that I wanted to do a fundraiser for this.
Lauren Hill was a college basketball player diagnosed with a brain tumor her senior year of high school and unfortunately passed away last spring.
I was touched by this story. I thought it was really inspirational, just how she fought and right till the end, and never let anything deter her from her dreams.
Last month, the girls' basketball team raised money for pediatric cancer.
We went around school in our community selling basketballs, different merchandise to raise money. We also spread Lauren's story to get everyone aware.
We're selling t-shirts with Layup for Lauren on it, and we're selling basketballs that you write your name on.
We sold them in school. The girls sold them at lunch, and we also sold them at the game and just within the community, within the youth program.
At the game, the team continued to raise awareness for Lauren's condition.
We're doing a contest where you spin 5 times and then you take a layup with your non-dominant hand to show how the tumor affected Lauren's brain and coordination.
We're raising money and awareness. We're getting the community and everyone involved for a good cause.
The girls found success in this fundraiser, raising over $1,200 for the Layup for Lauren Foundation. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Megan Quinn.
For our last sports story, we review the boys' basketball season and look to the future.
Ryan Crowley and Tim Wagner report.
Norwood wins and the outright Bay State Herget title. Congratulations to the Mustangs.
The Norwood boys basketball team has found some new success this season.
I think what makes this year's team different is that we're really playing as a team. It's not just individuals out there. Like each play, like you can tell, like we know how to play with each other, and we're showing that on the scoreboard.
The team has dedicated countless hours from the end of the last season to today to ensure their success for this season.
Each week, I'd have to say we have a ball in our hands at least like 14, 16 hours a week, including games. Probably more than that if you count like outside of school, like we're always playing. Last 2 years, we had lost 36 times, and I think none of us forgot that. So each workout, each practice, like you just think the whole time, like we got to change this program right now.
The team realized that they needed something extra to make this season a success.
Motivation as a team. This year, it's unbelievable. You know, it's not just us, like the captain, it's not myself. It's everyone on the team. We all motivate each other in different ways.
I think definitely more motivation. Again, we're all seniors, so it's our final ride. This is it.
And that extra hard work and motivation has paid off as the team season continues further than it has in quite some time.
It's been 4 years, so the year before we, seniors this year, came in high school.
For the first time in 4 years, Norwood varsity basketball has advanced to the state tournament.
You know, our strategy is really just play like it's a regular game. I know it's hard to say that because it's a playoff game, but you just go at it like it's another game and just play our style.
Reporting from Mustang Magazine, I'm Ryan Crowley.
Thanks, guys. Up next, we see how Norwood High School students are learning to adjust to life on a farm.
Mary Erickson reports.
Wardsbury Farm in Sharon, Massachusetts farms more than just berries.
I am kind of the Swiss Army knife of the farm. Joe, the owner of the forage program here, he has me do whatever he really wants.
Many people are interested in learning more about farm life.
A lot of people these days nobody works on farms. So whenever you do have knowledge about it, and whenever you actually do farm stuff, people are usually surprised.
Children that come to visit are drawn to the animals.
Kids just absolutely flock to the miniature horses that we have. Sheep are also very popular just because they'll come right up to the gate and say hi.
Interacting with animals gives humans an unforgettable experience.
It's pretty great because most of the kids that come in here have never seen a goat in real life. So it's a completely life-changing experience for most people.
One issue at the farm was that the barn was very old and needed to be fixed.
It wasn't going to stand up for much longer. So we have our friend that is an architect. He came in and he redesigned the whole thing. And him, a friend of mine, and myself completely took apart and rebuilt the entire barn.
A stable barn is necessary because all animals need a safe place to live.
It's just really exciting to help people out and educate them on farm life.
Make sure to stop by and check out all the animals at Wardsbury Farm in Sharon, Massachusetts. Reporting for Mustang Magazine, I'm Mary Erickson.
Thanks, Mary. And now we take a closer look at a student with a special bond with animals.
Alessandra Verone reports.
Through the years, I have ridden like a lot of different horses. Basically, I've ridden every horse here at least once. So I rode 2 horses named Roxy and Dottie. Dottie, I used to ride all the time. She was fast, and she challenged me a little bit, but she was amazing.
Because she rode the horses for so long, Grace developed very strong bonds with them.
I've had a close relationship with Roxy. She was one of the main horses that I loved. She was amazing. And when I wasn't able to ride her anymore, to be honest, I went home crying after my lesson. Like, I tried to be strong during my lesson, but when I got home, I started crying because I felt like I was losing someone personal and close to me.
Although losing Roxy was hard to overcome, it opened the door to a new relationship.
The horse that I ride nowadays his name is Boston. He's like a little brother, kind of horse-related brother. Weird, but it makes sense in my mind. He gets on my nerve, I get on his nerve. I know what he's up to, and he knows what I'm up to, and I like it when we grow together. He can be a little bit of a brat, and because he's a brat, sometimes he makes me work harder. And I think that's one of the reasons why I love him so much, because he makes me work harder and it makes me feel like I'm actually doing something and helping something with him. I've never had a stronger relationship with a horse other than Roxy, Dottie, and Boston, because they've just been like a tight place with me, and I've grown to know all three of them.
Grace's relationships with her horses don't just stay at the barn after her lessons.
Boston has greatly impacted my life with my emotions, especially because whenever I get sad, I always think of Boston, and because I know that he won't be going anywhere soon, because he's a huge lesson horse. Everybody wants to ride him. But I can tell that me and him have a different relationship with each other than he might have with some of the other little kids.
The unique bond that Grace and Boston share isn't just about how well they ride together.
Whenever I come near his stall, he looks up and he's got like a mouthful of food, and he'd always look down at his pile of food and then come over to me, because he loves food, and he would rather be eating than actually riding and having a connection with a rider. So it's nice to know that he would choose me over food. Both of us have grown to look out for each other, I guess. Like, we know what's to come when someone doesn't understand, or I still get scared when he trips. I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? Like, I start panicking. I'm like I thought I hurt him or something, but I know that he just tripped. And that's an example of how me and him have grown together.
And this growth has helped Grace overcome obstacles not just as a rider, but in her personal life as well.
I have a lot of phobias, and I'm scared of things easily, and the thing to think about is you're riding a ton of horse. You're riding a massive animal who can kill you if he or she wants to. But saying that doesn't scare me, because riding is
my passion, and I hope that I can teach my kids to ride, and I hope that I can teach other kids to ride.
Grace owes a lot of her progress to Boston, and their relationship just goes to show there's nothing quite like the bond between a rider and her horse.
Thanks, Alessandra. For our last story, we visit a local business who has perfected a dying art.
Julia Higgins and Katherine Ryan bring us the story.
Since 1933, Frank Bellotta has been a part of a family-owned business known as Eagle Shoe Repair.
What we do is we repair soles and heels on shoes. We replace zippers. We do a lot of boot work. We do anything that's made out of leather.
Every day, Mr. Bellotta fixes someone's favorite pair of shoes in a short amount of time.
Everything is done basically by hand. We have plenty of machines that help us out, but many of the shoes that are made today require a lot of handwork. This shoe here needs a new sole and heel, and what we do on this, we rip this part off, we take this leather piece that's underneath and we replace it with a new bottom, and then we replace the heel on it.
I do help fix the shoes sometimes. I come in here and I help my grandpa and my mom out when I can. Hopefully in the future I can get this up and running and continue the business.
The best part of this job is that when you complete a job, you're very satisfied with your work. You have a chance to look at something and say, oh, we did this, this was our accomplishment, and we try to keep the people happy. We're able to do that probably with 99% of the customers that come into the store.
If you ever need your shoes fixed quickly, head on down to Eagle Shoe Repair on 51 Day Street in Norwood. Reporting from Mustang Magazine, I'm Julia Higgins.
Thanks, guys. Well, that's all we have for this edition of Mustang Magazine. Make sure to check us out online at mustang.media or hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, check out our new Snapchat account.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next month.